We intervene in ways that we think are helpful, when in all honesty, the intervention itself is stifling and blocking the natural flow. Many times it's best to let nature take its course and trust the process.
Today, after my jog, I usually go and climb into a tree and meditate. And as I approached the tree, I always put my hands on the tree. And then I happened to notice that at the base of the tree, there was this tiny little bird sitting down, kind of tucked into a little cove at the base of the tree. My first assumption was to be startled. And then my second assumption was something's wrong. It can't fly.
Are you okay, little guy? You have to be able to fly.
I sat there with it for 45 minutes. It seemed to be fine. It didn't seem to have anything wrong with it. The park maintenance people started mowing the lawn nearby, and there was a leaf blower. I got worried that the lawnmower person wasn't going to see it, or the leaf blower guy who was blowing at the base of trees wasn't going to see it. So I went up and brought it to their attention. The lawnmower guy then said there was a lady at the park who's a bird whisperer and who came down, and she rescues birds, and she was going to take the bird and make sure it was okay. So as she reaches down to grab the bird's parents appeared, and the bird was now in a slightly different location, which was an even worse location. It was in a perfect location to start with. So then she grabbed the bird to move it, to set it up on the tree trunk so that it wasn't on the ground where it would be stepped on or leaf blown or mowed up by the lawnmower. The parents came out both times letting us know that the bird was there. So here's the thing. It was a fledgling. It was learning to fly. And little baby robin fledglings, when they're learning to fly, they tend to be on the ground. The parents were feeding it and nearby monitoring and paying attention to it. There was nothing wrong. And by intervening, by sitting there for 45 minutes, I was blocking the natural flow of what nature was just doing perfectly. And for me, that was a huge lesson, because I tend to make the assumption that something is wrong and intervene or try to affect or interact with something in some way, when really what I'm not doing is trusting nature's rhythm. I'm thinking something is wrong with nature, with the natural flow. And instead, the lesson is to ease back, don't intervene, let nature take its course, and trust the process. I'd also called a bird rescue place, and they had called me back and told me, just walk away. I was already walking away. The parents got this. So I went back just to make sure, and the bird flew, even though there was intervention. And the beautiful side of it is I saw how many humans came together to help protect this bird. Like, everybody cared. I think my initial assumption too was that they weren't going to care so much. It's just a little bird. Who's going to care? But I really learned that there were so many people at the Capitol State Park that all cared. And they told me about all the stories of the birds and the animals and the bunnies, and that they've been saving and protecting in that park. Animals I didn't even know were at that park. And I saw some really beautiful parts of humanity today. So in all essence, the bird learned to fly. It turned out good. And there was a lesson in it, just to check our assumptions and check our false beliefs, because that's my limiting belief that something is wrong. I went into that with my limiting belief, my false belief that something's wrong, rather than looking at it and seeing there's nothing wrong here. This bird is learning to fly. Step back and let it go through its learning process. Let nature take its course and trust the process. Have a good day, and thank you for watching.